Good evening, dear brothers and sisters. Tonight I will talk about the subject, the cosmic dimension of the resurrection. The article from Father Ron Rolheiser, published in a Paschal or Easter edition of Catholic Register. And they have Easter edition with the pictures, children's pictures of the resurrection. So beautiful. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin was once asked by critics, "What are you trying to do? Why all this talk about atoms and molecules when you are speaking about Jesus Christ?" He answered, "I'm trying to formulate Christianology large enough to incorporate Christ, because Christ is not just an anthropological event but a cosmic phenomenon as well." In essence, what he is saying, that Christ did not come just to save the human beings, he came to save the earth as well. The insight is particularly relevant when we try to understand all that is implied in the resurrection of Jesus. Jesus was raised from the dead to life. A body was physical reality, so when it raised up as a body and not just as a soul, there is something in that which is more than merely spiritual and philosophical. There is something radically physical in this. When the dead body is raised to new life, the atoms, molecules are being rearranged. The resurrection is about more than something changing inside of human consciences. The resurrection is being basis for human hope. Surely without it, we could not hope for any future that includes anything beyond the rather aspiring limits of this life. In the resurrection of Jesus, we are giving a new future, one beyond life here. However, the resurrection also gives a new future to the earth and our physical planet. Christ came to save earth, not just the persons living on it. His resurrection ensures a new future for our earth, as well as for our inhabitants. The earth, like ourselves, needs saving. From what? For what? In the proper Christian understanding of things, the earth is not just a stage of human beings, a thing with no value in itself apart from us. Like humanity, it too is God's work of art, God's child. Indeed, the physical earth is our mother, the matrix from which we are all spring. In the end, we are not apart from the natural world. Rather, we are part of the natural world that has become conscious of itself. We do not stand apart from the earth, and it does not exist for our benefit, like a stage for an actor to be abandoned once the play is over. Physical creation has a value in itself, independent of us. We need to recognize that, not only to practice better eco-ethics, so that the earth can continue to provide the air, water, and food for the future generations of human beings. We need to recognize the intrinsic value of the earth. It's also God's work of art in our biological mother, and it is destined to share eternity with us, moreover like us. it is also subject to decay. It is too time-bound, mortal, and dying. Outside of it, intervention from the outside, it has been no future. Science has no long thought of the entropy. Put simply, that law states that the energy in our universe is running down. The sun is burning out. The years of earth has before it, like our own days, are numbered, counted, finite. It will take millions of years, but finitable is finitable. There will be the end of the earth as we know it, just as we will be the end of to each of us we live now. Outside of the same recreation from the outside, both the earth and the human livings on it will have no future. Saint Paul teaches the explicitly it in explicitly teaches in epistle to the Romans, where he tells the creation, the physical cosmos, is subject to fertility, and that is groaning and longing to be see, to enjoy the glorious liberty of children of God. Saint Paul assures us that the earth will enjoy the same future as a human being's resurrection, transformation beyond our present imagination, and eternal fire. How will the earth be transformed? It will be transformed the same way we are, through resurrection. The resurrection brings toward spiritually and physically the new power, the new arrangement of the things, new hope, something so radical and physical that it can only be compared to what happens at the initial creation, when the atoms and molecules of this universe were created out of nothingness by God. In that initial creation, nature was formed, and its reality of laws shaped everything from then until the resurrection of Jesus. However, in the resurrection, something new happened that touched every aspect of the universe, from the soul and psyche inside every man and woman, to inner core of every atom and molecule. It is no accident that the world measures time by that event. We are in the year 221 since the radical recreation happened. The resurrection was not only spiritual. In it, the physical atoms and universe were rearranged. Teilhard was right. We need a vision wide enough to incorporate the cosmic dimension of Christ. The resurrection is about people and the planet. So, indeed, that's true. We believe that God created everything, and this is a beautiful article which really can be completely adapted by our orthodox teachings. May God bless you. Amen.